And thank you so much, Dave. Keep working on that spring weather. Now, we want to share with you a story that we first brought to you on KHQ Local News Saturday this morning. Coeur d'Alene police are still looking for a man who tried to rape a 16-year-old girl this morning while she was out on a morning walk in the 1800 block of 15th. As the girl was walking on 15th, the man began to follow her and ended up attacking her, trying to drag her into the woods. The girl was thankfully able to fight her way out of the situation and ran to the nearest house for help. Once police arrived, including Air 1 from Spokane County Sheriff's Office and K-9 units, they began searching for the area for the man. Despite their efforts, they couldn't find him. And that's why we're telling you about this again, hoping that you may know something. The victim was able to give the police this description: a white man in his 20s or 30s with reddish hair. Now, he does have facial hair, a scruffy mustache with a possible goatee. Police think he was wearing a dark Carhartt jacket with tan Carhartt boots with Carhartt pants with work boots. If you know anything about this case, please call the Coeur d'Alene Police Department. We put that number up on your screen for you, 208-769-2320. Now, sad news coming in the death of an 8-year-old boy in eastern Idaho. Police say it happened in Ashton, Idaho. Now, that's north of Idaho Falls. The 8-year-old boy was playing in a logging yard when a large log came loose from the top of the pile and rolled over him. Emergency responders tried desperately to revive him, but it didn't work. He died there at the scene. Police have not released the name of that 8-year-old. A federal ruling concerning culverts and Washington's fish population may end up costing the state over $2 million. More than a decade after an injunction was sought by 21 tribes, a ruling was finally made. The tribes claim that poorly planned culverts were blocking salmon from reaching spawning grounds, something the tribe says infringe on treaty-protected tribal fishing rights. Lawmakers were briefed on the ruling's potential impact yesterday. The ruling was for $2.4 million to fix and update culverts so salmon can pass and tribes can fish as guaranteed by that treaty. However, when it's all said and done, the final repair tab will likely be much more. Now, happening today in downtown Spokane, it's the largest single-day youth wrestling tournament, the Jason Crawford Memorial. The tournament is named in honor of Jason Crawford, and it's put on by the Medical Lake Matt Maulers. The tournament's namesake, Jason Crawford, was killed after he was hit by a car 26 years ago. And every year since, they've held the tournament to honor Crawford. His dad even makes the trip up every year from Georgia. This is the finale of the wrestling season for those little guys, and over 1,300 wrestlers and 6,000 spectators came out in attendance. Now, there's plenty to do this weekend out at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. First up, the Spokane Home Builders Association Premier Show. It's happening all weekend, and there you'll find all sorts of ideas for your own home, with plenty of vendors there to help you out, of course. But there's also a friendly competition. It's known as the White Room Challenge. So basically, there's 3 different designers, and they've taken a blank canvas, a 10 by 12 foot room. They've transferred it into 3 unique displays. And those displays, you can vote for your favorite. And the winner is going to be announced right here on KHQ Local News on Monday morning with Sean Owsley. The show runs until 8 o'clock tonight, and then for the final day, that's tomorrow, it's open from 10 to 5. And admission is just $8 for adults, and kids under 12 get in for free. And if building a home isn't your thing, also happening out at the Expo Center this weekend, the Spokane Bike Swap. As Spokane grows, so does its biking community. And with this wonderful weather that we should be having here soon, you're surely going to see more and more bikes on the road. And this is your chance to find affordable bikes. Actually, I got mine there last year. Whatever for recreation, health, fitness, or just basic transportation, the Bike Swap has it all. The event has wrapped up for the day, but it will reopen tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3. And admission is $5 for adults, and again, kids 12 and under is free. KHQ on the money now. It's a reminder we'd rather not have to tell you about, but we need to. Monday is tax day, and if you haven't filed your taxes yet, you better get on it. The deadline, April 15th, is fast approaching. And much like the deadline for getting those studded tires off, the procrastinators may be finding themselves waiting in long lines, all in a last-minute effort to get those taxes submitted and making Uncle Sam happy. Now, we spoke to Bob Sanders, the managing shareholder of one of Spokane's oldest CPA firms, who says if you haven't started filing yet, there are options.
The big thing would be, get an extension, and then get right on it next week. Even if you ended up owing tax and your extension didn't cover all of that, you're shortening the time to have the tax paid and any penalties. Penalties are based on the amount of tax due and any, and how long it takes before you pay them. And so shortening that time will be helpful.
If you are looking to file an extension, we've posted a link to the IRS's webpage on our homepage so you can download the document that you need. You just need one document. So head to khq.com and click on the Find a tab and it'll be right there for you. Speaking of tax season, doing your taxes means you'll have important and very sensitive documents to dispose of, and you'll want to do it safely. Well, we have your solution, our KHQ Shred Day. And it's coming up this Wednesday, April 17th. Our KHQ crews are going to be teaming up with Secure Shred and American West Bank to help you get rid of those sensitive documents that could put you at risk of identity theft. And as I mentioned, this is also a good opportunity for people to get rid of old financial and tax documents since that tax deadline is Monday. This year we'll be at American West Bank at the intersection of Sprague and Sullivan. That's the only location this year. We're teaming up with American West and Secure Shred starting at 6 a.m. and going until 6:30 p.m. And of course, we hope to see you there. Still ahead on KHQ Local News at 6, what would cause a bus driver to brutally beat one of his passengers? Turns out, not much. That story behind the dramatic video in about 10 minutes.
Okay, please tell me that wasn't a weatherman. Okay, well, unfortunately, not the best of news in the weather forecast. We got all the details coming up after the break.
We started slowly in February. First couple of weeks were much quieter than normal, and then the tidal wave hit.
That tidal wave is tax season and the deadline is fast approaching. But if you haven't started yet, you need to get on it. Uncle Sam awaits.
Right now on Q6 and live on your mobile device. This is KHQ Local News at 6.
Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday evening. I'm Katie Steiner, joined by none other than Dave Law.
And I'm Dave Law, joined by none other than Katie Steiner.
Oh,
this is the first time we've gotten to work together.
I know, this is fun. I like this.
I'm enjoying this. You're doing a fine job.
Oh, thank
now,
you.
if I could only do my job in the weather department and bring us
some
fine
spring?
weather. Oh, unfortunately, back in East.
Welcome back. A Nebraska bus driver has been fired after security video showed him punching a passenger and dragging him off of the bus. The fight began when the passenger asked the bus driver a series of questions, something he apparently didn't appreciate, and that's when the punches started flying. Then the driver hit him 18 times. All of this happened back on March 23rd, and after looking at this video, police have determined that the passenger was never confrontational. Turns out he had just moved to Lincoln from Colorado and was asking the driver several questions about the city. Lincoln officials say the bus driver, Troy Fisher, has been fired. He's also been cited for a misdemeanor assault. Fisher, who is a Marine veteran, says he should not have hit the man and says that he suffers from anxiety and depression and is dealing with personal problems. That's what led to the assault. Still plenty more to come here on KHQ Local News at 6, including spring football in Cheney. The Eastern Washington Eagles had their spring game on the Inferno today, and Sam Adams is next with more. Make sure you stick around. Welcome back. We all know the songs from the musical Cats, Memory being the most popular, but a theater has reopened in Moscow, Russia, featuring cats. But it's a little different. These guys are real cats. The Moscow Cat Theater opened its curtains yesterday after a year of renovations. The cats were a hit for hundreds of people, and many of them kids who turned out for the performance, as you can imagine. 120 felines wowed the crowd by climbing poles and walking on uneven bars. The studio is billed as the only cat theater in the world. That's pretty cool, Dave. What do you think?
I think the originality score is going to be high. It gets high marks from me.
I think I need to put my cat on there. I think my cat would be pretty good.
Oh,
I don't know.
cats make good money?
I don't know, yeah, we'll see.
Cat owners make good money. I don't know. Oh, let's take a look at your 6-day forecast here. Oh, generally, the overall trend is going to be on the cool side, and the overall morning low temperatures are going to be on the freezing side for the next several days. I do expect Monday may be one of those days, and Tuesday, where we're going to be below freezing long enough to cause some plant damage to the tender young plants that are out there. And we also are concerned about the blossoms that are starting to come out on a lot of those fruit trees.
So make sure you bring everything inside.
That's it.
Okay.
But another afternoon with some scattered snow showers out there.
Awesome. We'll see you guys at 11. Thanks for joining us.
I can't wait. She did a fabulous job.
Thanks. It's fun to be here with you.
Good job.